Alright, welcome back everyone. This is going to be another match brought to us by Western Digital and their Velociraptor Hard Drive Series. $5,000 on the line for this PSI Storm 2010 event run by cybergamer.com.au. Great props to those guys for putting this on. This is the second day of competition here this weekend. All these players have gone through countless opponents, and we are up to the upper bracket round 3. Jun versus Oxygen, and I am, of course, Unstable, joined again by Paz. How you going, mate?
I'm going pretty good. Super psyched for the matches today. We're getting down to the top players. It's going to be intense.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start this replay up now for us, because this is a semi-live cast. These replays were just finished there, about 10 minutes ago, so as live as we can get them. Let's start them up in 3, 2, 1, go. So we will have Oxygen spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner as the red Terran, and Jun as the blue Terran at the top right. If anyone hasn't seen these players before, pretty much Jun was an A-level Terran, I believe, in Brood War on Icy Cup. So pretty much a beast at Brood War. He played that so often, but unfortunately he had to stop trying to play to do some studies now, but he's getting back into StarCraft 2 as soon as he can. Really been a dominant player on the SEA ladders and in pretty much all the tournaments he's been in. He's taken games off of a lot of different players, all the high-end players, and I really expect a lot from him. On the other hand, we have Oxygen, pretty much the dark horse of Singapore. Very unique play. He does prefer one base and just obscure strategies coming in from Oxygen. He did actually take out Glade in the Blizzard Invitational a few weeks ago, and he progressed, I think, to either 5th or 6th place in that. So really, I think this game's going to come down to can Jun get to the late game versus Oxygen, because that's where he's going to shine. And what do you think about that, Paz?
Yeah, Oxygen's a bit of an unknown at this point. He has so many, I guess, unique to him strategies. People have been seeing a little bit more of it lately, but he's known for bringing workers to battles. He's going for a bit more of an all-in style approach. So I don't think that's how Terran vs. Terran really works out. It's going to be interesting to see what he actually tries to bring to this matchup then. Because, like I said, I don't think that style of play will actually work out for him.
Yeah, well, I'm just noticing here, Oxygen is slightly ahead in the build order. Like, he's at least 5 to 6 seconds ahead of Jun here. So, a really tight build order coming from Oxygen. I would expect that he's practiced whatever strategy he's going to do countless times, because this is really where the money is in this tournament. If he can get through this, he will have a very good chance of taking it down, as he's so many players in the lower bracket already. At the same time, we do have a first Marine coming out for Jun, just to try and stop the scouting here, and the same for Oxygen. So pretty much mirror styles right now, coming from both players.
Yeah, this is an identical build order. It's just determined by who pressed the buttons a little bit quicker at the start. It's exactly the same for both players right now.
Pretty much. We do have a little bit of difference in the SEV timings. If we have a quick look here, looks like Jun is slightly ahead on that SEV timing. He's going to have one up on Oxygen now, but we do have a factory coming in from Oxygen. Interesting. It is at the back of his base. Hopefully, I think he's trying to keep that hidden for a little bit.
I'm seeing the exact same thing from Jun. Factory just over to the side. So, identical play.
Wait, no, we have a mix-up. We have a reactor coming down on Jun's barracks, so he's going to get a lot more Marines out there. Whereas we see for Oxygen, he's just going for the standard barracks, still pumping Marines though. He is floating a little bit more minerals than Oxygen. And wait, Oxygen just pulled down I'm pretty sure that was a supply depot drop. He's at 20.
On which supply depot?
Never mind, don't worry. I saw a really quick supply depot thing go across, and we do have a starport coming out now. Really quick starport for Oxygen, and we have the same from Jun. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, aside from that reactor, they are playing identical. The second gas was a little bit quicker for YYJ, and the starport was a little bit quicker for Oxygen. So very much the same right now between these two players.
Yeah, but we do have that Hellion coming out for Oxygen here. He's going to get that different style from Jun. No Hellion at the moment, but they do have both tech labs coming down as their starports are going to finish almost identical times, only about 5 to 6 seconds in the difference here. But really, Jun streaming ahead with his Marine count. But it might not make any difference because there is that Hellion there. for Oxygen. If you can get some good area of effect on that flamethrower, he should be pretty sweet to go. But Junior John splitting up his Marines at the top of the ramp here. That's good stuff. And in the meantime, we do have a finally mixing up here. Oxygen going for some Banshees. Junior John getting a tank out. So this is going to be where the money is. And here we go. Oxygen pushing up the ramp. Forced to pull back pretty much instantly, though. Sees quite a few Marines there for Junior John. They did have a perfect concave at the front. And we do have the... He did not lose a single Marine. That Marine is on very low health. So luckily, he did keep that alive. And we have a command center coming from Oxygen. I'm just blown away here because that is the earliest command center I've ever seen Oxygen plant.
Not known at all for macro play. Maybe that's why he's doing it. Catch people off guard. I love this Banshee opening. Banshee opening can be so strong in Terran vs. Terran. Just completely contain your opponent until they get the proper counters out there. There are no turrets up right now. It's a shame he's not going for Cloak because Cloak could be deadly. But instead, this one Banshee is just going to go in and do so much damage.
Oh my god, he gets snapped. He's going to get taken out by the Viking. Nice control there by Oxygen. He's trying to keep it alive, and unfortunately, that is going to go drop down. So, Junior John going for the more tank Viking-centric play, getting another Viking out. He is getting Siege Research at the same time. Sorry, no, he's not getting Siege Research. Oxygen is getting Siege Research and some more Banshees out. But in the meantime, Oxygen might start streaming ahead here if his expansion does go down.
Oxygen's going for a drop. He's got a medivac full of 6 Marines and 1 Hellion going to just circle around and try and drop into his opponent's base. Could be extremely bad for Oxygen if this gets caught. There is a Viking waiting exactly at the place where that medivac would have to come in to drop.
And in the meantime, Junior John pushing out down the bottom here of Blistering Sands. It is a pretty tight, choky map, but there's so many different ways to come in. And here comes the medivac. Has it been spotted by the Viking? I don't think it has. Oh my god, the Viking not knowing where it's going, but in the meantime, Oxygen does see exactly what's going on with that Xel'Naga Tower. The drop going down at the back of the base. Hellion getting a couple of kills, but really these Marines just running out of here. And we do have an expansion coming down for Junior John, so these Marines taking out the reactor of Junior John's barracks, that's going to be pretty huge. These units are not going to be able to get away, though. I think Oxygen realizes this. Oh, he just put the Hellion in the dropship and it gets taken out. And now we're just running the Marines past these ones here. I think that was a big blunder there by him. So we're going to be seeing Junior John taking the lead here, I think. Oxygen has not planted his expansion yet. He's just lifting it up now. In the meantime...
Yeah, I think 6 Marines, a Hellion, and a medivac in exchange for a lost mining time and a reactor. It's probably not the best trade at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's a good point, but it's probably... This expansion for Junior John is probably going to come up at about the same time that Oxygen's does, but Oxygen does have that second orbital command. If we have a quick look at the income tab, we are at 32 harvesters to 28. Oxygen taking the lead there slightly. But really, kind of mirror matchups here for both players. We do have a Raven out for Junior John, whereas we have more tank heavy from Oxygen. So this is going to be very interesting. Stim on the way from Junior John, as well as Siege Research now finally getting up. So Oxygen will have that advantage to use Siege tanks. He's going to try and sit here at the Xel'Naga Tower. In the meantime, let's have a quick look around Junior John's base. We have that barracks going down, more tanks coming out. Marines really split up across the map, trying to stop any more drops. In the meantime, we do have Oxygen pushing down the bottom here. I'm going to see what's happening. He's probably going to try and get a siege tank up here to siege down here. There we go. So he's going to be able to take out a lot of these tanks. He does have the Viking count and the tank siege. Is he going to snipe that tank? Oh my god, so much damage on those tanks. Snipes both Vikings. He's in a very strong position right now here.
Yeah, getting this vision up on the high ground, having the air advantage is exactly what you need in Terran vs. Terran. It's going to be huge. The reactor is only just finishing on YYJ's starport, so he's going to be pumping out Vikings right now. Needs to get the air advantage again. He cannot use this expansion. It's really bad for YYJ.
Yeah, not really sure what YYJ is going to do to counter this, because he can't get his Marines in to take out the Vikings. He does have Siege Research now, so they can start sieging back at each other. But this Banshee taking out the expansion is in a perfect position here. He's covered from Marines by the tanks down the bottom ledge here by Oxygen. He's also covered from any kind of Viking play by these 3 Vikings at the top here. We have a quick look at the unit count. We don't have any Vikings at the moment. So Junior John forced to lift up his command center. I think he's just going to pull it back a little bit here. And here comes one Viking, but he's got to be careful not to get that sniped off. Oh, Uniogen loses that as well. That's very unfortunate for him. Oxygen, very strong play at the moment. Very unusual to what we normally see from him. Normally we see some one base, just all-in kind of thing from Oxygen, but really surprising me here, and he's actually getting his third, so very strong position for Oxygen right now. What do you think, Paz?
Up at 90 food against 76. 3 bases against 1. Oh, the siege up on the tanks. It'll be epic fight right now. The Raven has already gone down, but it did plant, I believe, point defense drone somewhere around.
No, there's no point defense drone, so really this Banshee going to keep Oxygen in the fight. Is he going to get the last Marine? He does! Oh my god, 2 HP! He's now going to be able to get the tank as well. The Viking count for Oxygen pulling in the day here. There are 2 Marines and some Marauders trying to take down the back rocks, but in the meantime, Uniogen does spot this third expansion here for Oxygen. That is going to be huge. He needs to stop that SEV. He does. Oh my god, that was so close to finishing. Great there by Uniogen.
Yeah, Uniogen is playing quite well with his little moves, but he's just getting further and further behind. Thankfully for him, his expansion was able to land, and he's mining again with mules and everything, so Oxygen is going to have to try and come back here and siege up again. But there's a significant number of Marauders, so I don't think he's going to be able to hold this.
No, Uniogen's expansion is definitely going to be up now, but so is Oxygen's third. He opted not to go for the safer, technically safer on this map gold expansion instead for this third one over here. A little bit risky, because here come the Marauders from Uniogen. They want to take out this expansion. This could be very, very dangerous. If he takes this out, it'll put him back on even footing. But Oxygen actually 20 SCVs up. 20 SCVs up here for Oxygen. 55 to 35. If Oxygen can get his production capacity out, this is going to be very strong in his favor. But it really depends on if he can deal with all these Marauders.
Oxygen right now with 5 starports with tech labs on them, able to just produce a huge number of air units. He's going hard out on Banshees. Just going to demolish this army that is mostly Marauders right now.
Yeah, because Banshees do 2-shot those Marines, and here we go, we got some dropships in the mix for Uniogen as well, but I really got to favour Oxygen in this fight, to be honest. Like, there's no way I can see... He's bringing some SCVs, so this is the classic Oxygen play. It looks like he's trying to repair a lot of these Vikings that are taking a heap of damage. Scan coming down from Uniogen. Looks like he's trying to go a push here, trying to take out the rocks at the back. He only has 1 tank, but the Stim Marauders do an insane amount of damage to siege tanks if they can get in there with the Stim. Oh my god! Oxygen sniping both Medivacs and the Viking. That is huge.
So huge.
This could be game over here. So many Banshees here taking their out. He's at 110 food to Uniogen 66. This has to be a good game call from Uniogen very quickly.
Yeah, the number of Banshees is just increasing, and the upgrades that are starting to come out for them as well. 1 armor upgrade at the moment. It's going to get so far ahead as the game goes on.
Yeah, definitely. Sniping more Vikings there. A very big Marine count here from Uniogen, but there's just so many Banshees. They're just going to clean them up so quickly. And Uniogen just... I don't see how he can come back from this. He's going to be forced to tap out any second.
Yeah, that's definitely game right here. He has nothing left. Any second.
He's going to take out the expansion too. Banshee's hitting it when it's on the ground. Vikings when it's in the air. Oxygen does have that third base up and running now. More reinforcements streaming in. And Uniogen is almost mined out at his main. This is very, very frustrating for him. Marines stimming. There's just too many. There's too many unit count. All the Marines and Vikings go down for Uniogen. And there's the GG call. So it's going to be 1-0 for Oxygen. Nicely played.
Very nicely played.